Okay, so we are on Thursday afternoon. We've had a heavy week actually, a couple of games, some cases 2 or 3 games. So what we've got to try and do is bring the players down a couple of gears because we've got pre-season games this weekend as well. So just over my shoulder, and I would have just popped some footage in there, is Damien Cox, who is our goalkeeping coach. So Damien has agreed to come in twice a week, 2 4-hour blocks, to work with the full-time goalkeepers. So 8 hours is quite a lot for a goalkeeper to work with a goalkeeping coach, but it's a provision that we needed to do and a provision that has to happen. So in and amongst that, Damien will actually work with part-time players as well in an evening, or early afternoon, late afternoon I should say. So I'm not going to talk too much now. I want to capture as much of this footage as I can because I understand there's a lot of goalkeepers out there and a lot of goalkeeping coaches out there that want to see exactly what he's doing, and it's important to share this this provision as well.
Going out to the 80-yard box all together. So just find out the place on here. Coming out to the 18, just warming the body up, guys, nice and easy. Good, same way on the way back. Starting between each one of the green cones and yellow moon. So setting behind each one. So set here, sliding across, set, sliding, set, all the way to the cross. Once we get to this one, coming down. Here, and then making it save nice and easy. Just really want to focus in on what our technique is like, and then we'll move up from there, okay? When you're ready, so setting behind each one of the green cones, yep, sliding across. Yep, coming out, so position good, just into there, nice and easy. Nice and relaxed. We're still in warm-up mode. Good set there, yep. And across, good set. Yep. Good position, good. Yep, and again through, guys. One more time each. Good set. Good. Yeah, good set. Yeah, good. And last one. Yep, let's go. Good, so set nice and yep, so go back again for me. So take your time going through the cones, yeah? It's not a race, really focusing on your shape with your technique and setting behind each one, okay? Yep, off you go. Good. Coming out, good set, hold. Good, no problem. Good, come forward, set. Good, take your time, guys. It's in a race. We're going to take at least a second to set behind. Go over into the ladders and the cones in here. Handling, but still keeping the same kind of idea with our set position and always with our movement as well, okay? So I'll get 2 of you on one side of the ladders and 2 on the other side of the cones. 5 seconds, go! Right, this is really kind of working that footwork and that heavy work. So we're going through, when you're going on this side, coming in and out, so coming in and out of the cones all the way, here, coming forward, set, and it's making a save. When we're coming through here, it's 2 feet in each one. So once you've made the save from this side, you'll come across this other side, and vice versa. From here, you just go around. Yep. Face up, set there. Let's do this. Go shave. Yep. Good stuff. position, hold. Nice and still, good balance. It is. Good. There. Yes. Take your feet. Stop. When we make it safe, guys, have a look at the ball.
So, a couple of interesting conversations this week. We seem to have been labelled the football school. So, is what it is, I suppose. We're not just a football school. We've got a full-time dance programme and a full-time tennis programme, and we're soon to launch a full-time water polo programme and basketball. But we'll take the football school, that's fine for us anyway, because we're selfish football people. So I'll show you what a football school is then. All right. Bit of head tennis. Again, I did say to you, we're trying to cool the players down, bring them down the gears. Down the bottom, Adam's down there with his group. And then Trent's with the girls after they played yesterday, which you would have seen the footage in the last video. So, and over there, I'll keep walking, is Bruno with the older group. So they're doing their sort of warm down, and then we'll get back on the footballs in a few moments. What I don't want to do is spend too much time walking around like I've normally done. I actually want to spend a bit more time watching the goalkeepers, so we'll go back over, get a bit more footage of the goalkeepers and spend a bit of time with them.
Okay, so just spoke to Bruno, and he's just said you do really well, get yourself up to speed quite quickly. What he's conscious of is you're not breaking down injury-wise, so it's part of our job, part of Bruno's job to keep you ticking over. So the data shows you're lively. The distance you've been covering, which was you were most out of any player yesterday in the game. So we've got to be mindful now, we've got to bring down the gears. And we've also looked at it, well Bruno has, and said potentially you're going to rest this weekend. So our job now is to try and push you forwards and see how far we can get you. How do you think you've been doing so far?
I think this program has been helping me a lot, and getting up to speed with it has been really easy.
Yeah, and again, I know there's a camera watching us. Yeah. You've always got to be honest,
no,
all right? Because I've said, no matter what we film here, we don't want to stage manage anything, and we've got to be straight with you. But I spoke to your dad a couple of times this week, and I sent him a message last week. The progress you're making is quite rapid, so we're dead happy with where you're at. I think you're happy with where you're at the moment, and I think we can actually get you where you need to be a lot quicker than what I thought and what Bruno thought. So the important thing is to make sure that we maintain what we're doing and you don't break down with any potential injuries. So we're just mindful. The dangerous bit is like, as a young player, is when your confidence is high, which yours is, and you think, I'm untouchable at the moment, because yesterday your performance was very good. That is the dangerous part, because the minute you think, right, I'm back to where I need to be, that's where the potential is for you to break down with injury. So we're mindful that we've got to make sure that we keep measuring you and monitoring you. And Bruno keeps coming in, and he sent a message to Gary, to David and Darren to say, this is what needs to happen with Sean. He's going to message your dad, because again, constant communication needs to happen to make sure we're across everything and your dad's across everything. But it's also important for you as the player, as a young player, to know exactly where you're at. So all this information that's coming your way now needs to come your way. So mentally, you know where you're at, and you're never kept in the dark as a footballer. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just done one section with Bruno. He actually wants you to go and work with him again for another section, just to bring you down. That's why he's got the monitors on you. And then the third session, you may well come into the small-sided stuff, which is the cage stuff, so you can enjoy that. And then the last session, all of you going back in again, because from the game yesterday, 50 minutes in blistering sunshine, and the distance you covered, I will actually find the data off Bruno. You showed me earlier on. It'd be interesting for you to get the data, and I'll get your dad data as well. I get Bruno to send you down the data. All right? Good point. All right, well done.
Nice and balanced. Good. Sit there. Yep. It's okay. It's okay. Yep. Good. As long as we know, it's okay if you make a mistake, but as long as we know what to do to correct it, that's okay. Down nice and low. Good. That's so neat. Good stuff. Sit there. Yeah, great pass.
Sit down. Get in. Okay, so important to talk all things goalkeeping. All right. So first goalkeeping session in with Damien. So we're looking at doing this at least once a week, and then look at Damien's schedule to do it sort of twice a week and maybe a little bit more into an actual full-time goalkeeping academy, which is what we spoke about. So how have you found it today? Important to be natural. I know Gibbo's got the camera on, but it's important you're more than welcome to speak openly and freely. I will get permission from your parents to make sure we can put it up on the YouTube, but it's important for us and important for Damien as well, because we all look at back as we do as coaches and have a look at the sessions we've done. How's it gone? Yeah? How's your season gone so far? Clean sheets? Okay. So one of the reasons, come on Jaden, come jump in here, get in between them. So Jaden's got concussion, sit in there. Jaden, get in. So Jaden's one of our goalkeepers and had a whack on the head the other day, so he's out with concussion for a little bit. So we're talking all things goalkeeping. So from your point of view, Damien, what are your experience from being a young goalkeeper with the Fire? That was before my time, and then you've played senior football on the coast and then played senior football at the Fire. What are you looking for from a goalkeeper to help them develop?
I think having a really good base is what helped me. Doing a lot of goalkeeper coaching with someone goalkeeper coach John Warzer, and I guess taking that technique now into the younger generation has been something that I'm really looking forward to doing. I think that's really important to have a really strong base, and having an academy like this and getting the kids as young as possible is super important. That early intervention with being a goalkeeper is really important, and that's really what we're looking to do.
And you've had a couple of goalkeepers, to be fair, in the Goalkeeping Australia Academy that have pushed on to senior level, senior MPL level, A-League level as well.
Well, even international, if you look at someone like Tegan Micah, who's playing for the Matildas, regular starter for the Matildas as well. Our first team goalkeeper, Jared Tyson, who's played A-League and overseas as well, Mitch Lengerak international. So but they've all came through at a very young age, and that's what the age that you guys are really. That's what we're going to try and develop, because if you've got the drive to be the best, then that's what we can really ask for, and that determination. So we'll do our best as coaches to put you there. So,
You got any questions? No? Blake? Normally outspoken. Anything you want to ask Damien while we sat down having a break for a few minutes before we get back into it?
Just help on goal kicks.
Help on goal kicks, yeah. That's something we can work on, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's funny because I guess when I was younger, probably the worst part of my game when I was 13, 14 was kicking, and I can probably say now it's probably one of the strongest points in my game. So if you work on it hard enough, you can definitely make it a strong point. So it's totally fine to have weaknesses now, but as long as you know and as you keep working on them, that's something we can definitely do.
Perfect. Okay, I'll leave you be. Right, all the group are playing head tennis. Again, part of their cool down and stuff. Bit of fun, important to integrate fun because I am quite hard on them. I will jump in. I won't actually jump in, but I will film some of this Just watch how they moan. I've never heard anything like it in my life. Like all women. Flipping heck. Here we go.
That's right, 8-7.
We've already got to 10. Yeah.
Who won? So you're playing these, the winners here? What's the score here?
9-7.
Who two? Yeah, right then. You having a laugh?
Yeah, right.
Change over. Honestly, you've probably caught the best bit there prior to filming. Never heard whinging like it in my life. See if I can get a bit more. Quite funny to be fair, so here we go. Some belting haircuts by the way.
Yeah, Josh, it's yourself. No way.
Seeing these pair here, Catford and Newcombe, they think they bloody Maverick and Goose from Top Gun. Look at them. Two bounces. Good facials, Carter.
Yeah, that's our point, that's our
I was on the line.
No, Sweeney.
Yes, Sweeney. Yes, Sweeney.
What's the score? Do we get unlimited? Yes. Oh, they've got to play off a little bit of a cheating way.
Oh no, we're winning, but
It's 2-2.
oh. Get there. Yeah, you're sick. Yes, good sit. Oh, should let it down.
Blame me. Watch this one now here. Moans for fun. Watch this. Leo moans his bag off.
Yeah, he's 8-0 to us. I think it's 3-2.
Max is gambling the thing.
Hi, Maxie.
Leo.
Hi.
Moans all the time.
Oh, let it bounce. Yes.
That's in.
Go. Oh, get there. Oh.
Yes.
Melvin. I'm joking.
Yeah.
See? Blame me. Don't blame themselves, they'll blame anybody else.
Watch out, Melvin. Watch out. They're going to hit it too.
Oh, yes.
That's out. That's out.
In.
Yeah. In.
In.
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't in.
That was not in.
That was not in. Oh, yeah. He was just doing that.
Here we go. Here we go. Was that looked like on the line, to be fair?
Yeah, that's on the line.
Was it on the line?
No.
But I don't know. Gibbo. Gibbo.
Gibbo just said on the
On
line.
the line.
It's out.
On the line. On the line's in.
Yeah.
How can on the line be out? You watch tennis? Absolute bunch of con men. Con artists. Not breeding con artists, it's just how they are. There we go, last little bit. Look at the love affection here.
Benny. That was our closest match.
Have you won?
No, they won.